A little bit out of your way. There we go. Okay, so welcome everyone. It's lovely to have you all here. Let's get a bit comfy if you haven't already on your block and pillow. And if you're okay in easy pose, you're going to have 1 foot close in and 1 foot in front of you. If you've had achy pubic bone stuff going on or down the inner thighs, kneeling like Emma, or 1 leg in, 1 leg out, or both legs like this. You kind of want to stay a little bit more contained. So I'll leave that to you to decide. Good. And then a little rocking from left to right. Finding your sit bones, almost sticking your bottom out behind you. And then leaning back ever so slightly, just going to roll the shoulders. And we're going to start with the patience mudra today. So we're going to bring the middle finger to lightly touch the thumb. That's it. And then we're going to turn the hands up towards the ceiling and place them on the knees. Great, you've all got it. Good. Okay, so let's close the eyes if that's comfortable for you. And just start to take a little moment just to arrive on the mat for your practice. A little bit of housekeeping. If anyone needs the loo at any point, it's downstairs at the back of the building. Please feel free to come and go as much as you need. So let's start by just taking a big breath into the body. And a big sigh out. And another big breath in. And a breath out. And sometimes eyes closed can help you draw your focus in, but if anyone doesn't feel comfortable with that, just look softly down towards the floor and just keep your eyes just on one point, just to help quieten the mind. Take a deep breath in, another big breath in, a big sigh out. We're just breathing in a little bit of energy and vitality. Breathing out any stress or worries, just letting some stuff go with the exhalations. Breathing in a bit of positivity. Exhaling anything that's been niggling at us. Here I'm going to do one more big breath in and out. Let's make it the biggest breath you've had all week. And then just allow the breath to come and go in its own natural way. Start to notice the tingle between the middle finger and the thumb, just that light touch. Just relax the rest of the hands, and all the other fingers. And this middle finger mudra brings in patience and calm, and a sense of discernment. Just notice the palms of the hands and all the other fingertips, and take a breath in, and a breath out as you relax the arms, the elbows and the shoulders. And then we're going to start to find the sitting bones and imagine we're leaning back against a wall. So you start to find the support from the spine. Maybe there's a sense of plugging down in through the pelvis. So really rooting yourself down with a bit of heaviness from the waist down. And looking for a little sense of lightness up through the back of the neck, softness out through the crown of the head. Soften the muscles around the eyes. And soften the jaw, teeth apart, mouth relaxed. Take another big breath in, all the way to the tips of the toes and the crown of the head. Big breath out. And just feeling a little bit more settled, a little bit more present. And we'll slowly start to open the eyes, blink open the eyes, and bring the hands into prayer. So just really make sure you're sitting up just that little bit taller, just give your bumps a bit more room as we give the hands a little rub, a bit of heat into the palms. Be careful with your neighbours as we inhale and open the chest and look up. big breath in. Exhale, curl up into a ball and give yourselves a hug. And then when you're ready in your own time, inhaling, opening the body. And exhaling, big hug. Crossing the arms the other way. Inhale, stretch out to the fingers and the toes. Exhale. So if you can, we're going to breathe in through the nose. And sigh out of the mouth. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. One more here. Big inhale. One more exhale. And then sitting up tall in the center, find those sitting bones again. We're going to bring the arms out to the side. Inhale up to the sky. Look up if that's okay. And then exhale, hands down through that center line. So just gently grazing the front of the body with the thumbs. Good. Inhale, lift up through the ribs. Exhale, press the palms together. Good. Deep breath in. Spread the toes. Big sigh. From the back of the throat. Inhale. It's a grounding gesture when we bring the hands down through the center line of the body. We're going to do one more. Feeling a little bit heavier into our bottoms, into our legs. Good, and then hands down onto the knees, and we're going to circle this one through. So just when you relax the tummy, give your babies as much space as possible. And as you circle, see how this feels in your hips. Do your best to lengthen the crown towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And that big sigh out. And if you've had a stressful week, just keep your attention on the breath. Just listen to the sound you're making as you breathe in. And the sound you make as you breathe out. We're going to stop our circles and change direction. Inhale again. And exhale. Can you hear how this breathing almost sounds like the sea? Kind of sounds like the sea as it comes in. And you inhale over the waves. As you breathe out, it kind of sounds like the sea moving away from you. So just listen to the sound, get a little bit lost in the sound and the movement. Good, and then all the way back to center. Let's undo the legs. Well done, Ellie, at home as well. Give your knees a little rub. And then we just do some little gentle warm-ups for the ankles and the wrists. Good. So just try and make your circles as big with the hands and the feet as you can. Press into your sit bones to sit up. Take a deep breath in. Bring the arms up to shoulder height. So if anyone's been feeling all dizzy or you've got really low blood pressure, you're going to keep your hand kind of here. Don't worry if you have to kind of alternate a bit with your neighbour. And then we're going to bring the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Good. We're going to circle it the other way. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Give the hands and the feet a little stretch. Don't worry if you're clicking. It's okay. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then kind of flop, melt, relax, take a sigh, let it all go. And then what can you feel inside? Any tingles in the hands and the feet that you can notice? Stay really close to those sensations in the body as they happen. Keep bringing your mind back to what you're feeling in the body, back to the ground, the breath. Great. Now, if anyone's had the SPD, achy pubic bone, you're going to keep your legs where they are. And if you're okay, you can go a little bit wider if you've not been feeling that stuff. We're all going to have the heels digging in and the toes going up, and spread the toes like crazy as much as you can. You're going to interlace the hand, press the hands away with a little bit of strength. Inhale, bring the arms up. And then exhale as you bring the arms down. Good. Inhale, deep breath in. Nice and tall and strong. And exhale in your own time. Good. So keep the legs activated. Squeeze the muscles to the bones. Same with the arms. It's going to help strengthen the back. It's good Nice strong posture as our bodies change and the bumps grow. We can often pull our backs into all sorts of different funny positions and create little lakes. We'll do one more here. We can stay up. And then as we exhale, just take a tiny side bend. Inhale back to center. Exhale the other way. Just doing what you can. Trying to feel this in the ribs a little bit more. Again, still feeling strong through the arms and the legs. Good. And then we're going to bring the arms all the way down. Little soft shoulder roll just to ease that out. Now, if your legs are wide, we're going to fold the feet to touch. Otherwise, you're just going to leave your legs where they are, straight out in front of you. And then just, we can all take our hands behind us, just put them on the floor. And then just start to lift up through the chest and look towards the ceiling. Eyes open, eyes soft, mouth closed, chin high. Try and peel open the chest. Relax the thighs. Good. And take a big breath into the bum. And then up into the heart. And a big sigh out here as you press into the hands. So just trying to lift the heart to the ceiling. That's fine, Emma. Well done. And then just sort of turn your shoulder blades inside out a little bit. Imagine I've got my thumb behind your heart, just lifting you up tall. And then you're going to wiggle yourself back to center. Hands under the knees. Good job, everyone. We're going to slowly come back round now into all fours. So always going for comfort. I love a blanket. Got about 20 in my front row. Always bring them to births whenever I'm at births. So put your knees on a blanket, have them about hip distance apart. And we're going to start with a kind of classic kind of cat pose. We're going to round up to the ceiling. And then bend your elbows, come back to a flat back. Just make sure the hands are really wide. You can pat them like a cat. And then with the flat back, we're going to try and keep the back of the waist where it is. But we're just going to open the chest. So shoulders back, heart forward. The head's going to come up. If you catch someone's eye, just send them a big smile. That's it. And then we're going to exhale round the back. Tailbone under, press into the hands, knees and feet. Inhale, flat back. Bend the elbows. Just open the chest, look up. Exhale round. And we're going to do one more here, nice and slow, with a little bit of control. Getting strong arms. And then back down, we'll look at the floor. So come back to that flat back, just make sure the back of the waist isn't dipping. We're going to lift the right arm up as we inhale, a bit of strength. Exhale, lower the hand. Change to the left, inhale. Exhale, lower. Now the slower you go, the stronger this is to build a bit of strength in the back of the body. Right arm up. Exhale, lower. Left arm up. Exhale, lower. So you breathe at your own pace. Don't worry if I'm kind of cueing it a bit faster or slower for you. No, the slower you go, the more work it is. So you kind of don't want to bypass it. Good. One more set on each side. Reaching out with the fingertips. Looking really good, everyone. Keep the chin in, eyes down. When we lift the back, the head up, we just arch. Good, and then tuck the toes under for a moment and just come back and just give the hands a little moment, a little rest. Maybe make some fists or shake them out. So we're going to do a second set, this time with the legs, and kind of, if it's not too good for your legs, you can just repeat the arms, do a second set because it's still strong. So when you're ready, everyone, come back to the hands, bend the elbows. If this is too much, you can also be on fists. Or come down onto the forearms. So I just want to give you all those other options. But if you're okay here, we're going to bring the knees towards each other, bend the elbows, stay flat through the spine, and then we're going to kick out with the heel. We're going to lift the heel up, so the toes are coming under towards our faces. Exhale, lower. Change leg. Hit the other heel. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. So is it for your foot is pushing the wall behind you further away? Like we're in that episode in Star Wars when the walls are coming in. We've got to push the wall away with our foot. Little bend in the elbows, just feeling a little bit strong through the back. Do one more on each side. Good job, you guys. Keep breathing. And then we're going to do a second set, toes under, come back into that tall kneeling. So it might be a bit tricky on your feet, but we want to build strength there too. Give the wrists another little hokey pokey. And this time we're going to also bring something else in. So cut the hand and just kind of give yourself a little karate chop down the arm. All the way to the fingertips, then come up the back of the arm. And this might feel a bit tender on the neck, but it will feel lovely in a moment once you've done it. It's just really, really nice. So come all the way back down the inner arm, and then up the back of the arm. We've had lots of work stress going on. We can often hold that kind of stuff in our shoulders. So we're going to cup the other hand and do the other neck. The other neck, the other side of the neck. Yes, because we all have two heads, right? And then come up the back of the arm. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. And then just wash out the hands, little shoulder roll, shake it out. And we're going to do one more back onto the hands. So fingers wide, elbows bent. This one should be okay for everyone, but if you've had SPD, you've got the option to bring your knees back to the floor. Start with the knees together, take the left leg out, tuck the toes under, press into the heel. Lean into the left hand, and then inhale, bring the right arm up on a diagonal line with the foot. We're going to reach forward and back, and we're just going to hold this for maybe 2 or 3 breaths. Notice that little bit of strength coming through the body. If you get too tired, just come out. It's absolutely fine. Listen to your body. If you're okay here for one more breath, we're going to go for that. And then slowly back onto hands and knees. Good. Take a breath, let it go. You're going to take the right foot out, tuck the toes under, press into the heel. So you get that lovely calf stretch. Now lean into the right hand, big inhale, left arm up. Good. So opposite hand, opposite leg. Great. Keep pressing the floor away a little bit. Good. Reach forward and reach back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And gently relax. Good. Now opening the knees a bit wider, toes touch. You're going to come down onto the forearms. And take a little rest here as we circle this one through. So keeping the chin down and in. And start to massage the shoulders. As you circle the shoulders over the elbows. So you're doing your best. I'm going to come out so I can see how you're all doing. You're doing your best to really loosen up the shoulder structure. Keep the back of the waist quite flat. So if it feels like it's dipping down towards the floor in a big arch, just lift the back of the waist up ever so slightly. And that's it, Natalie. Well done. Great for positioning. So Charlotte, this is a really good one for positioning. And Maddie. So just think about lovely, big, relaxed tummies, giving your babies tons of room so they can come into that position with their back against your belly button. Head towards the pelvis. Good. Now we're going to circle this in the opposite direction. And let's connect back to the breath. So big, deep breath in. Big, noisy sigh. So for all the new ladies, this breath is brilliant when you're having contractions. When things are feeling a bit strong or overwhelming, this is a great breath to use. Breathe the biggest breath you can into that lovely soft belly. Sending a little smile to your babies. And another big exhale. Good. And then we're going to take a little child's pose. So you've got a few options here. You can have your knees a bit wider and the toes touching. And you can come down onto the hands or onto the floor. Or you might need a block if that feels too low. So Melissa, if it feels like it's aggravating the acid reflux, you can always come a bit higher. So just adjust it as you need. For the ladies with SPD, that's it. You can keep your thighs parallel exactly as you were doing. Bottom's going to stay in the air. And your head's going to come down. That's it. So you've definitely got your bum more in the air. Well done. Take a deep breath in. And a big sigh as you relax. So, Rosa and Jess, just see if you can send your bottoms towards the heels. Feet touch, knees wide. Yeah, see if you can get your bottom down, Jess, on the heels. There you go. Make it a little bit more. There you go. Take all the effort out of this one. We're going to change the breathing. We're going to blow as if we're blowing out candles. So breathe into a soft tummy, everyone. And then blow out a really long exhale. If you're blowing out a load of candles that won't go out. And as you do this lovely breath, just think and feel the word relax for a moment. So let everything settle. Let everything melt towards the ground. Know that in this moment, there's nothing to change or fix and do. You're just absolutely fine, just as you are. If your thoughts are busy or emotions are bubbling, come back to the breath and just think, breathe in, breathe out. As you blow out those candles, little hole in the lips, watching that exhale disappear. We're going to do one more lovely relaxing breath here. A really handy tool, this breath, but in between contractions. Great, and then one more in all fours. Inhaling, come back up. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. And we're just going to do little circles here, like we're a wonky table. Bending the elbows. The back nice and flat. Now, if you've had achy SPD, achy pubic bone, you might want to keep your knees exactly where they are. And if you haven't, you've got the option to take one leg up and then just circle that here. So if you want to have a little go with the leg, you can bring that in now. Just feel a little bit more work in the hips and the pelvis. So I'll leave that one to you to decide how far you want to go today. Really good, Ellie. Well done. That's great, everybody. Like, connect deeply to your breath. Take a huge breath into the bump. Big sigh. You can make your move big or small or fast or slow. You listen in. What's good for you today? Great. We're going to press into that foot. Come back into our all fours. So if you've got both knees down, we're just changing direction. See how that feels, and then if you're ready to bring the other foot in, we'll take the other foot in, and then we'll circle that one through. And that might feel really nice if you've had hip ache, been sleeping on your side a lot, just to get a bit of wiggle room into the pelvis. But yogi's choice, you do what feels good for you today. Huge inhale to the babies. Big exhale to the ground, plug yourself onto the earth. Good. And then we're going to step back. And we're going to do that thing where we just tuck the toes under one more time, just taking that back into the feet, hands into prayer, just bow the head. Take a little quiet breath here. If your feet are really not enjoying this, you can lean forwards, put your hands on the ground. Try and get your toes under a little bit more. If you're okay here, just sit with it. Breathe into any challenge that you're feeling in the body, any big sensations. Breathe out. And open the eyes, inhale, bring the arms up above the head. Exhale, open the hands out to the side. So just a lovely circle with the arms, opening the chest. Exhale. That's it. Well done, everyone. Good. One more time. And just shake that out. Good job. You all doing okay? Yeah, you're all still with me? Okay, too hot, too cold? Okay. So we're going to come up to standing. So very carefully for everyone, tuck the toes under. Make sure your head feels clear, not feeling too dizzy or anything. And I'm just going to lift up the knees and set the feet forwards, and then slowly start to walk up the body. Might just give us a little laugh there. I don't have one that's broken, so let's do this one. Laugh there. I wouldn't let you get too cold though, guys. Great, so let's set the feet hip distance apart and bend the knees, and then if you're under the eaves, just stand forward a bit, because we're going to bring the arms up over the head. Take up as much room as you need to, don't worry if you go off mat. Just bringing those arms up and down. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So it's important when we do these ones that we really do bend the knees. That's going to help strengthen your thighs and your bum, so that you can carry that extra weight as the bump grows. And then we're going to open the arms, kind of fling them back a little bit more. And even tap yourself on the shoulders. That's just going to create a bit of space around the chest and the top of the bum. Good. Another big breath in. Big sigh. And then we're going to let the arms come down. Now, keep those knees a little bit bent. That's it. So as if you're sort of riding a horse or sitting on a chair. Tummy really soft. And we're just going to helicopter the arms gently one way or the other. Again, just be a little bit careful of your neighbours if you need to alternate in the room. Good. See if you can glance your eyes all the way behind you to the spot on the floor. And then what's happening to the breath? Deep breath in. Lovely big sigh out. Good. One more breath here. And then come back to center. Little shoulder roll, palms face out, feet face forward. And if you've got your balance, close your eyes. But if anyone has been feeling a bit dizzy or you've got really low blood pressure, just keep them open, look softly at the floor. But if you're okay with your eyes closed, just start to find your balance. You're going to take a lovely big breath up through the front of the body. And imagine you're exhaling like a waterfall down the back of the body, all the way into the feet. And then inhale up over the whole of the front of the body. Exhale down the back of the body. Fingertips slightly stretching out away from you. Notice any tingles. Keep the tummy soft, the knees soft. Feel rooted down into those feet. One more breath up to the crown of the head. One more exhale down the back of the body into the soles of the feet. Good. So just feeling a little bit more anchored now into those feet. We're going to open the eyes. Place the hands maybe under the bum. You can have one on the heart if you wish. And then we're going to circle the pelvis. Good. So spreading your toes wide, feeling the arches of the feet kind of lifting up off the floor. So I'm kind of like really stretching out my feet. Soft tummy. Maybe notice what's going on in the pelvic floor. So the muscles between your legs might be gently activating here. You might feel the tummy muscles gently activating. So if you're hugging the baby with your tummy. Just a few things to notice. You don't necessarily have to do them or make them happen. It's just maybe something to observe. Good. Now I'm going to circle this the other way. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So when we move the pelvis in these ways, it can really help with the backache. Don't want to feel any twinges or niggles, but if you are, make your move smaller and slower. You're still getting the same amount of work out of the move. It's fine if you have to do it smaller. Good. And then just take a little stance where we are completely straightening the legs for a moment. So most of us will probably stand like this, or we might stand on on one leg completely straight. And I just want you to notice as you stand completely straight, what's going on in the back of your waist. And with your hands, it's kind of gently feel the back of the waist around the sacrum, around the hips. Maybe you can feel how this area is a little bit squish. It's a little bit compressed when we've got the legs completely straight. So the next thing I want you to notice is we bend the knees, the way the bottom drops under, and you create a huge amount of space now across the back of the waist. So it's almost like you're skateboarding, or you're riding a horse. You're not locking out the knees and getting all tight in the back of the waist. You're kind of creating a bit of room. So if you've had backache in pregnancy, this is a great position to take. Just with the knees bent, just a little side to side, just finding that space in the back of the waist. So with that in mind, the knees bent, creating all of our space. So I'm going to take the tailbone and just tuck it under and forward, and then take the tailbone and tuck it back. And tuck it under and tuck it back. So you can hold on to your bumps. You're going to feel the thighs getting a little bit strong. They might get a little bit burny with this little tiny kind of semi-squat. Feeling a bit of space around the tailbone. Noticing that compression at the back and then that space at the back. And then trying to find somewhere kind of in the middle. So with the knees bent, you've just got that lovely bit of room. So if you find yourself stood in the queue, don't lock the knees, just bend the knees in pregnancy and just think about protecting your back, okay? Okay, so if you are 36 weeks plus, or you've had the achy pubic bones, you're going to keep your feet about hip distance apart with that little bend. You can turn the toes out, but this is going to be your stance. And then everybody else, if you aren't at 36 weeks and you haven't had an achy pubic bone and you want to go a little bit wider, you can take this kind of stance. So the knees are coming out over the toes. You can spiral on your mat. That's it, Amber. So you've got a little bit of grip under the feet. It's going to get the thighs working. So one hand on top of the other hand. We're just going to do a gentle sway to one foot and the other. So if you've had the achy pubic bone, you're basically staying on both feet for most of the time, but you're still getting a bit of nice strength in and some movement. Good. If you want to go for it, you can come down a little bit more, come a bit more into one leg, a little bit more into the other leg. Now we're going to get a bit tired here, so take a deep breath in as we release the arms, and a deep breath out. Good. So this is actually a really great move to do if we've been feeling stressed, we've been feeling worried, there's been lots going on. It's going to really tire out any adrenaline that's built up in the body, help you feel a lot more grounded. If you've got it in you, you can do some big circles. If you need to stop and have a rest, stop and have a rest. It is not Simon Says. It is do what feels good for your body. You're pregnant. Good. And then we're going to circle this the other way. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Hopefully the legs are feeling a bit tired and a bit, kind of burning in the thighs. And then back to our side to sides. With a little bit of our momentum, just walk those feet in if you did go wide. And then we can all just march that out. Come back to Tadasana, feet hip distance apart, palms out. Take a big breath up through the front of the body. This time blow out the candles. Little hole in the lips. Blow that exhale away. Blow out the candles. So we've really got the heart up in that last movement. And our blowing out the candles is going to lower our heart rate back down. We're really using this breath to regulate, find some inner calm, whether that's physical with the heart racing, slowing it down, or whether it's mental or emotional, that can also get our heart racing. So we can slow it down. You're in charge of how your body responds with this breath. Gives you back a bit more control. Take one more breath. Heart's probably leveling. Notice any tingles in the fingers, the crown of the head. Inhale up through the front of the body. Exhale down the back of the body. Good, a little bend in those knees, feel rooted and anchored. And we're going to inhale, just bring your arms up towards the sky, open the hands wide, look up and breathe in. And put a bit of a smile on your face. Breathe in a bit of sunshine and joy. Take another couple of breaths here. In our power pose, a little bit of vitality and invigoration. Good. And then we're going to exhale and walk the hands back down the body. So just bending at the knees, creating loads of space between your thighs for your bum. So you've got quite a wide stance as you bring the hands back to the floor. Drop both knees at the same time to protect your hips. And then we're just going to grab a pillow or a block or a blanket, whatever's to hand, just to place that underneath your bottom. Good. Well done, everyone. Is everybody all right? I'm still with me? Wait for the relaxation, aren't you? Already, I can tell. Let's do the sleepy bit, Claire. Okay, we're nearly there. So with the legs out, we're going to bring the right foot in. Have a little wiggle, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Left foot, toes are coming towards you. And then we're going to take the left hand and just place it just inside the calf, so you've got a little bit of resistance. And then the right arm, like you're pulling a bow, take the elbow up and then open the hand. So fingers and toes, kind of give them a bit of pizzazz, a little bit of a stretch. And that is going to wake up your pelvic floor and your core. So Melissa, see if you can lift that arm up. Yeah, that'll make it a bit comfortable on your shoulder. And if you can, look up towards that thumb behind you. Good. Big breath into this new shape. Big breath out. And then take the hand that's up in the air, drop it to the floor, relax the legs and the body. Inhale, just lift up through the front and pause here. Take a few breaths, making some space around the top of the bump there. Thinking about making space between each rib up into the armpit. Use your breath to make some space. And then with the breath, we're going to exhale towards the foot, stretching the back of the waist. And then we're going to inhale towards the sky. And exhale towards the foot. And inhale towards the sky. Just doing whatever's comfortable for your bum, which of course might be a little bit different from what was comfortable last week. So just always practicing very mindfully, seeing how it goes, not being attached to being able to do anything we did before, just really accepting where our bodies are at this week. Good, and then on this last one, we'll just hold it for another couple of seconds. Big breath in and release. Good. Gently changing your legs around, sitting up tall. So it can feel really useful to kind of run your hands up underneath the bottom and just really find that sit bone. Feet alert, legs active. Take that hand, press it against the calf so you've got that resistance. We're going to bring the elbow up and fold, look at the thumb. Fingers and toes, super active. Deep breath in as you sit up tall. Deep breath out. Feel a little bit of strength through the body in this new shape. As you reach out with your hands and your feet, this is doing fabulous. Great, now drop that hand to the ground. Inhale as you relax the legs, just breathe into the chest. Lift up all around the front of the ribs there on this other side. Use your breath to make some space. That's it, well done. And then we're going to do our little kind of cartwheel towards the foot, little stretch down the back of the body. Inhale towards the sky, little stretch at the front of the body. Exhale towards the foot. Inhale, open. Make it feel good for you. Exhale, close. Inhale. It's really gorgeous, you guys. Well done. And then we'll finish on the inhale, reaching up, making space. And one more breath. All the way back to center. Well done. So if you've got the achy pubic bone, you can leave your legs where they are, or you can bring them back out so they're parallel. If you haven't, we're going to arrive all the way back into easy pose and just have that little wiggle left and right. We're going to bring the hands into prayer position and just take a deep breath in. And a big sigh out. Thumbs are on the heart. Just focus on your heart space for a moment as you bow the head down. Going a little bit quiet as you draw your awareness in. Now place your right hand on the heart and bring your left hand onto the bum. It can be low down, it can be high, it can be right in the middle. With the head bowed down, just send your babies a little smile. Relax the tummy, give them a bit more wiggle room. Relax your shoulders, your face, your jaw and your eyes. If you want to move, you can circle. If you want to be still, you can be still. It's up to you. Just focus inward. Depending on where you're at, you might have little nudges and kicks. They might be doing little somersaults in there. Maybe they're asleep. Maybe you're not feeling anything yet because you're not at that stage. It's all welcome. But what we can all do is go beyond the physical feelings and just connect into being in your baby's presence. Maybe saying hi. Like, you know, you've just done some yoga together. Maybe letting them know something you're actually really secretly looking forward to doing at some point in the future. That can be a really nice way to connect. Good, and then we'll bring our hands back to prayer at the heart. We'll take another breath in. Another breath out, and then thumbs to the throat. We're going to breathe into the throat space. Just feeling that a little bit more open and clear. Having a bit more clarity in our communications as we breathe into the throat. Being able to articulate our boundaries. Knowing when it doesn't feel right, that it's okay to say no. Learning some words to delegate. Having our needs expressed so that they're really heard and honoured. Another breath into the throat. And then finally thumbs to the eyebrows, just to the third eye, the centre of the forehead. Just notice the crown of the head as you sit up tall, just breathe in. Just a chance to draw in any inspiration, any little guidance that you need to help you on your way. What is it that you need to know today? Place both hands on the floor to ground. Take 3 final sighs here. Really allow any final tensions or worries or stresses to melt away into the earth. Enjoy that little sense of feeling completely supported under the hands. And then when you're ready, everyone, it's time to curl up for your relaxation. Good job, you guys. You did great. So take time to get really comfortable. You might want to pop the jumper back on in your socks so you can be nice and warm. Close that window again. Fold up your pillows because some of them are a bit thin. So fold up your pillows so you've got a really nice little support under the head. Lying on your left side, you can use another pillow or a block or something between the knees. And then it can be really nice to just kind of also wrap yourself up in a blanket. Ellie, you're welcome to just do that there on the floor, but I appreciate you might have a comfy sofa or something that you want to swap to. Okay. So give yourselves a few minutes. Get really, really cozy. Get really, really comfortable. And we usually say left side because that can help with baby positioning, but it's up to you. If you prefer the right today, it's your body. Just make sure the head and the spine feel quite level. And if you need a bit of extra support for the bum, I've got some spare pillows, so I can bring some extra bits and bobs around. So if you need anything, yeah, of course you can. Anyone else need any extra bits? Glancing at the big bumps in the room then. Pillows for the babies. If you change your mind, just give me a shout. It's really important that you're just really comfortable. Good. So taking a deep breath in here, everyone. A really big sigh. And really just start to let the floor completely hold you as you give your weight to the ground. And you let your head just rest a little bit more heavily in your pillow. And you relax the muscles all around the eyes. Maybe when we do that, we might feel like the eyes sink into the head just a little bit. And then softening the cheekbones. Soften your jaw. Just allowing the teeth to be slightly apart. Tongue relaxed. The lips soft. And as you trace a line along the jaw, come all the way up to behind the ears, into the back of the neck. Just softening something around the base of the skull. Slowly moving your awareness down the neck into the shoulders, collarbones. Just letting the shoulders melt down away from the ears. Continue to talk through different body parts, and if you just follow that through in your mind, just noticing different sensations in all the different body parts, just help you relax to a whole new level of ease. Be very restoring for the body. But if you find you drift off to sleep, know that's also okay. And I will bring you all back round at the end, so don't worry if you drift off. So moving from the shoulders, just sending your awareness down to the elbows, looking for a little bit of a softness or release. And then moving down the lower arms into the wrists and softening there as well. Notice the skin on the back of your hands. Notice the tips of your fingers. Notice any sensations in the very center of your palms. And then on your next gentle exhalation, just allow the fingers, the hands, the arms and the shoulders just to completely soften. As we arrive back at the back of the neck, slowly start to weave your awareness down the spine. Just feeling in and out of every vertebrae. Noticing the skin that goes across your back. Keep going all the way down the spine until you get to the very tip of the tailbone. Notice the softness in your waist and in your bum. In your mind's eye, just visualize your baby's head down towards the pelvis, with their backs resting along that left side of your tummy in the optimum position for birth. Just send your babies a smile, feeling of love. Just connecting with them energetically. To hold that space for them. Move your awareness into the hips and the bones of the pelvis. And just feel the heaviness of the pelvis as it roots and anchors you into the earth. Moving down into the thighs. Relax the muscles. Relax the bones. Down into the knees. Along the length of the shins and the softness in the calves. And moving down into the ankles, just noticing sensation. Tops of the feet. The bones inside the feet. The soles of the feet. And then going all the way down into all 10 toes. Just feeling each toe completely relaxed. So just feeling the whole of your body quietly resting upon the ground. Maybe bringing your mind's eye to settle on the soft skin across the center of the forehead. And just let yourselves drift off now towards sleep. Allowing the mind to be a bit floaty as the body relaxes. Just let yourselves go till I bring you back round.
So just taking a lovely big deep breath in. Start to wake up your ears first of all. And just notice the sounds that you can hear around you. What can you hear in the room? Maybe what can you hear outside? And then taking another deep breath in. Energizing on those inhales. Notice the touch of the air on your skin. Maybe the feel of the floor underneath you. Just coming back to sensation. And then taking another breath in, we're going to bring a tiny bit of movement to the fingers and the toes. Just giving them a little wiggle and a little stretch. Gently waking up the hands and the feet. Well done, everyone. So when you're ready, just opening the eyes and noticing how you feel before you move. Just check out how you feel at the end of your practice. Hopefully quite rested in the body and quite calm in the mind. Notice how it is for you. A little chance to kind of press save. And if you like this feeling, take this feeling with you, come back to it today, next week. Whenever life gets a bit challenging, just slow down, you'll find this feeling. And then when you're ready to move, another big inhale, this time a little stretch with the arms and the legs. And with the eyes open on a breath in, hands to the floor as you spiral yourselves all the way back up into seated. There you go. Well done, Ellie. Good. Get yourself comfortable. Maybe another little shoulder roll, my favorite little move. We'll bring our hands to prayer at the heart. We're going to close out the practice with one om. It's an sound, and then there's a little silent pause at the end. It's just a really nice vibration, and the babies love to hear you singing. So take a deep breath in. And to each other we say namaste. Namaste. Well done, everyone. You're welcome. You all okay? Yeah. You've all got yoga face on. You all right there, Ellie? Yeah, big thumbs up. So, you know, if it's a lot of people's first practice today, and we did a few different things. So if you feel a bit like tired or headachy or anything like that, it's really normal. Just drink loads of water, maybe get some coconut water. If you feel a bit achy in the body, have a nice bath tonight. But hopefully you'll feel absolutely fine. But do drink lots of water because it does move lots of stuff around. Okay, well done, you guys. Well done, Ellie. You okay? Brilliant.
Cool. You can always text me if you need to let me know anything, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Okay, cheers. Well done. Bye, darling.